Welcome to Enigmatic World of Rene Magritte.
Ah, Rene Magritte, the Belgian surrealist who painted not what he saw, but what he thought he saw. Or perhaps what he wanted us to see. Or perhaps what he wanted us to think he saw. Or perhaps, well, you get the idea. The man was as enigmatic as his art, a walking, talking paradox wrapped in a bowler hat. Born in Belgium in 1898, Magritte's early life was marred by tragedy. His mother, in a move that would make even the most stoic of psychoanalysts raise an eyebrow, committed suicide by throwing herself into a river. Young Rene was reportedly present when her body was retrieved, her face eerily shrouded by her dress. It's a haunting image that would later recur in his work, because nothing says I'm dealing with my issues like repeatedly painting your dead mother's ghost.
After a stint in the Belgian army, because nothing fuels artistic creativity like trench warfare, Magritte moved to France. There, he fell in with the Surrealists, a group of artists and writers who were all about exploring the irrational and subconscious mind. They were the original hipsters, rebelling against logic and reason before it was cool. Magritte's style was distinctive, marrying everyday objects with dreamlike, often unsettling imagery. He was a master of the visual pun, the unexpected juxtaposition, the "I'm not sure what I'm looking at but I can't look away" moment. His work was like a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma, all served up on a canvas.
So, he did what any self-respecting artist would do. He moved to the United States, the land of dreams and deep-fried everything. There, he developed his signature style, which involved painting ordinary objects in an extraordinary way. It was like he was saying, look, a pipe isn't just a pipe. It's well, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not just a pipe. The Americans, ever appreciative of a good head-scratcher, embraced his work. He was celebrated, exhibited, and no doubt thoroughly psychoanalyzed.
Back in Belgium, Rene had a wife named Georgette, who was a hairdresser. Their marriage was a bit like one of Rene's paintings. It looked normal on the surface, but underneath, it was a whole different story. You see, Rene and Georgette had a habit of cheating on each other. But instead of getting a divorce, they just shrugged and said, "C'est la vie," which is French for, whatever, life goes on. Throughout his career, Magritte's muse was his wife, Georgette. Their relationship was a roller coaster of passion, betrayal, and reconciliation. Both had affairs, but always returned to each other, proving that love is not only blind but also has a terrible sense of direction.
Some of Magritte's most famous works include The Treachery of Images, A Pipe That's Not a Pipe, The Son of Man, a man whose face is obscured by an apple, and The Lovers, two people kissing, their heads shrouded in cloth. These paintings challenge our perceptions of reality, forcing us to question what we see and what we think we know. Or maybe they're just really weird. Who can say? So, there you have it, the story of Rene Magritte, the Belgian painter who turned the art world upside down with his surrealistic masterpieces. He may have had a troubled past and a complicated love life, but one thing's for sure, when it came to painting, Rene was in a league of his own. Was a man of contradictions. A Belgian who found fame in France and America. An artist who painted reality as he saw it, not as it was. A husband who loved his wife, even as he betrayed her. His work continues to inspire, confuse, and intrigue. And isn't that what art is all about?
I do not paint to explain. I paint to provoke, to challenge, to inspire. I paint to create a dialogue, not between the artist and the viewer, but between the viewer and the painting. I paint to create a moment of wonder, a moment of confusion, a moment of revelation. I paint to create a mystery, a riddle, a puzzle. And it is for you, the viewer, to solve that puzzle, to unravel that mystery, to find your own meaning in my work.